And we're rolling.
Awesome. Your time.
Are we on?
Start your engine.
I don't see
now.
I don't see the on air light on, but we are on. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's on now. Welcome to the best place that you can park on a Wednesday night. Welcome to the Attitude Shift. And I am in a car right now. I am in a real live car.
Where are you, Donna?
I'm not in the virtual red Corvette. I'm in another car. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to wait for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you. Hopefully I can show you where I am, and maybe I can get somebody to come and talk. I am to everyone. I'm at one of my favorite places, though, in Zachary, where I come sometimes when I just need to, have some me time, and that's where I am. It's fun. It's lively. It's kind of quiet out here right now. But we'll see what happens as the night goes on. I love your hat.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, look at that hat.
Yes.
I have lately,
look at the hat.
I know. Actually, it's echoey, so I won't be keeping it on the whole show. No, I'm starting to wear hats every show, or headgear or something like that, to go along with the show, because we shift gears and in our head, and so with the Attitude Shift, I thought it would be fun today because we have a very special guest with us, a very good friend of mine from the film industry. He's an actor and motivational speaker, Roger Haskett, and he's here to talk about playful attitudes. And so I thought I'd be a little bit playful today and wear this bowl on my head, but it's a really important thing, actually, so I'm just gonna, a little shameless plug. It is a piece of the very first prototype of a Miracle Pot. It's just one section of the Miracle Pot, miraclepots.com, which is John's invention, and we've been working on it 5 years, and we're ready to launch it. and we're going to launch it through miraclepots.com. You can get information there. You can see how the pot looks and works and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to be going to Indiegogo to release it, and you can pre-buy your Miracle Pot there. So now you can say, I've seen on the Attitude Shift one of the very first prototype pieces on my head. How's that for playful attitude, Mr. Haskett?
I think it's pretty cool.
He's got a hat on, too.
It's exciting.
I don't know where... Roger.
Is that part of the fun here? Okay, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
He'll come back to life, I'm sure. I'm sure. But let's just go ahead. We're missing a passenger tonight. I guess playing. Maybe she'll call in and where she's playing at. Actually, she wasn't feeling well. She's a little under the weather, and so we're gonna kind of excuse her, and maybe she'll pop in if she's feeling. I am out here having fun. I started the show off not with a big smile on my face, but it's funny how your attitude shifts. When you see somebody with a bowl on their head, and when you see the guest frozen, looking like a Smurf.
Yeah, looking like a Smurf. Oh, I hope he watches this again.
Like a yellow Smurf. Absolutely. It's about having fun. And so, I want to go right into the show while we're waiting for him to work his way back in. I want to talk about fun. I want to talk about why we find it so difficult to have fun.
Yeah, that is my main question. Because here we are as kids, we are out the door with the dog on our adventure. Your mom opens the door as a kid, and we're, out the door. We're ready to find out what trouble we can get into and find out what's going on in the world. And as adults, outside? Oh no! Like I'm going to melt.
We want to get inside. We want to get inside. Hi, Roger.
Hello. How are you guys?
We are good.
Good.
I love it. Where are you, Roger?
Okay, so I was in the hotel lobby, but I think that I kept dropping the signal, so I've gone back to my hotel room, and I'm in the bathroom because my kids are in the other room, and so it's either super noisy, staycation energy, or it's in a bathroom, and let's talk about play in a bathroom. So,
I think
Oh
it's
my
great because
God.
I did the show in the bathroom before, and I got a ribbing.
you
I got ripped for doing the show in the
In
bathroom.
we actually had somebody, our guest had to ask us because like NBC or ABC, some big network was looking at her, and she was on our show like the same kind of period of time, and she called and she said, "Can you take out the reference to sitting on the toilet?"
Sadly, I can't. Well, I am sitting on the toilet, although
I did too.
it's closed, so it's all safe. It's all safe.
See, it was closed on me too. That wasn't good enough, you know. They wanted to delete the whole thing that I even, was acting like I was sitting on the toilet. And so I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Siobhan.
Sure.
That was fun to us. That was fun to me. That was fun to Siobhan. Why, when we get older, we don't have fun? Like,
Well, it's like I think it's because this is what humans as a species, this is what society pushes us towards. But the idea is that play is something that exists for kids, and play as adults is something that we do to relax ourselves, to take us a little bit away from what we do, the important things that we do. And play is used to sort of leaven that a little with a little bit of happiness. But my belief is the opposite. My belief is that, and it's not just my belief, neuroscience now talks about this. So this is one of the facts I use to blow people's minds because it blew my mind. 90% of what we now know about the human brain, we've learned in the last, take a guess. How many years?
5.
Who said 5? Donna?
Yeah.
5 is exactly the right answer. So in the last 5 years, but you guys should be going on, my body's moving, what the hell is that? In the last 5 years, we've learned 90% of what we know about the human brain because all of the studies in neuroscience and all the things that we've managed to learn how to learn about the brain. And so it turns out that there's this awesome quote by a guy who studies play as a neuroscientist. So he's a neuroscientist. His name is Dr. Stuart Brown. And he says, there's a quote that, blank lights up the brain like play. So what lights up the brain like play? And this is from a neuroscientist. And the answer is nothing. Nothing lights up the brain like play. So if you want to do important things, if you want to do exciting, important, dynamic, significant things, you should be packing play into your life as much as you possibly can.
So chocolate, no?
Well, I think that different people have responses to different things. So yes, chocolate I think is probably way up there as well.
How about red wine?
Red wine. I was just at a talk and I asked this question and some guy in the front row, I love it when someone does this, some guy in the front row yelled out, "Sex!" That seems reasonable to me. So I was like, actually, I'm not sure where sex is but it's got to be way up there. But play is one of the ones way up there as well. So
that is so funny.
Yeah.
That is really funny. Okay, so playing. Okay, so when we play, I play with my kids. I really do. I play Wii with them. I dance with them. Scary stories, movies. But I don't get that same kind of I don't want to say rush or anything, but I don't get that same kind of feeling that I'm watching them. Is it simply because they're kids?
Well,
and I'm old because they laugh and they just giggle at me, and laugh and we're doing all this, but I don't get that same thing. I feel more of a duty. I love them, but I feel like,
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. Think about how much experience they have on a daily basis playing. And think about how much experience you have on a daily basis playing. Is it any surprise that they can get deeper into play immediately than you can? Like, is that a surprise? That's not a surprise, right?
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
And it's not a surprise. You're right.
Yeah, like, I mean, play is one of those things, like it's not like we have in our body a button that you can push and go, I'm now going to play full speed, full tilt. Like play is like any other skill. If you don't work on it, it atrophies. If you work on it, it gets stronger. So what I would suggest is that the more you play with your kids, over time, you will find yourself falling into the play pattern more easily, more deeply, and so you won't feel like an outsider pretending to play. Soon you will be an insider actually playing.
Pretty cool.
Will you get that sense of abandon? Is that the word? Will you start to just you have no cares in the world? Like, children have no cares in the world.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
that's a great
comparatively speaking.
That's a great question.
Yeah, and I mean, the truth is, I don't know the answer to that. It's not like my my skill set around play comes from a practical, Siobhan, you know this about me. It's not like, I walked around and I studied play. I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a director, I'm a person for whom, I sort of thought of it this way. It's no surprise that I went into the acting career. Like, I went in and studied theater. And so when you're in theater, when you get a job, when you get a job in theater, what's it called? You're acting in a
play,
right? So I found a career. Like, I was looking around going, I could be this job where there's work, or I could be this job where there's work, or I could take on the role of an actor where when I'm doing my job, everyone refers to it as playing.
I love that.
That's not such a bad job to have from my point of view.
No.
There you go, Donna. You were just asking me a very similar question today.
Yes.
I think you just found your answer. You go.
I think I
do
just
that job that you're playing at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's great. So if we take that attitude, because that is such a great attitude, and Siobhan, you just shifted it to that, because there was something I really didn't, want to do, but it's kind of like in the field of what I'm doing, Roger, and you just made it really clear, because if I look at it for what it is, I'm playing. I'm doing what I like to do. I'm playing.
Yeah.
May not be exactly what I want, but it is in the field that I want, and so I should embrace that and look at it as playtime, because you know what? It is playtime for me. It is. It is playtime. I just look at it like, ugh.
Well, and the thing is, you learn so much when you're playing. Like, that's the other thing. Like, we think of play as something that, makes us smile a little, but that's not the reality. The reality is that when you play, your whole brain and your body are alive. But oxygen and blood are flowing everywhere. So the truth is, like, play is something that when you are actually playing, your brain learns faster, your body learns faster, you learn, like, more significant connections. Play is a very powerful way to go through life, it turns out. And that, I don't think that's any surprise. Look at our world. Our world, on the one hand, well, I think it's interesting. On the one hand, we really, we make celebrities people who play. People who play for a living and are successful. We raise them up into celebrity status, unless they're a certain type of play where we really demote them into sort of like child status. And we sort of have, sort of schizophrenic attitudes around play. Like, if you're Michael Jordan and you play for a living, I'm going to go play my game, and you're Michael Jordan, you make as much money as the world can throw at you. And you get as much celebrity, and you get as much glory and honor, because in our bodies, I believe we understand how powerful play is. We knew it as children, and we lose it over time, because over time, society grinds us into the sort of normal way that people live in society. Like, society pushes us into that box. And the people who push back and who actually embrace play on a daily basis, I believe, are very powerful people that the world recognizes for the most part. Actors, musicians, athletes, they all play for a living, right? Like, they all play. I'm a musician. I'm going to go play tonight.
Right, right. I think that's really interesting. I love this because look, and I'm, we always use our real stories and our real lives, with the attitude shift. My husband doesn't play at all anymore. I mean, when I say zero play, he is now the most serious person.
Wow.
I mean, when I say goose egg playtime, there is zero. And it's so funny because he calls it focused.
Yeah.
He calls it focus, and I was going to bring this up tonight because I, it's funny now that I hear you say what you're saying, and it's not a wonder that there's some things going on. And I talked to Siobhan, there's some things going on. We're struggling in certain areas of our marriage, and one of the things is I like to laugh.
Yeah, it's obvious.
And play jokes.
Yeah,
and do stuff like that, but I'm playing to an empty house right now.
Yeah.
And so is there things that we can do, suggestions to maybe have playtime with a person that doesn't want to play?
Yeah, well, I think that like this is all just me talking. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not.
Yeah, but this is great. Neither are we.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. We're all together on this, and perfect. So my thought would be this. My thought would be you gotta start in his playground. You can't really start in your playground. Like if you say, "Come on over, we're gonna have like serious play for 3 hours, and you're gonna do it my way," the reality is he's just not gonna do it. Right? Like, I mean,
that's true. No, I've tried it, and you're right. Nope.
So you got to figure out the closest thing to play in his life, and then you got to start feeding that so that it starts to grow. And like having said that, it doesn't mean that it's going to work. He might go, screw you. He might go, I see what you're doing. Screw you. Like I'm not going to do it.
What he's going to do.
But if then you might need to readjust your the way of doing it and come at him a different way. But my thought is, I would say that pull him into, like, for example, movies, stories are play. So those are one area. That's one area that as humans we believe we have the right to play in. So when someone is reading a story or going to a movie and they're immersed in it, and someone interrupts them, we get angry. Like, the better it is, the angrier we get. We're like, I'm in the middle of something. This is important, even though it's just another type of play. So I would say, Donna, use your observation and your spy skills. Don't let them watch this episode, not until later. And then watch the closest he gets to play, and then start to find a way to make that more present in your life. Right?
You should be a doctor. You should be a psychiatrist, because that is true. Because that's really awesome advice. That really is awesome advice.
Thanks. I play a doctor on TV all the time, so I'm as close as you can get. I was
okay.
Who's been okay?
Okay, so
I now want you to talk in your English accent for the rest of the show, because that's how I know you.
I was trying to do Neville's accent, which Donna and everyone else watching, in Beast of Bottomless Lake, which did win a bunch of awards, and I was super proud of that show, and I loved my character in it. I watched it after, like a year after, and I watched the movie and with my kid and my wife, and someone said, I thought you were English, and I was so, I was so devastated, because I thought my accent was so thick that when everyone said to me, hey, we got to think about your accent, I thought they meant bring it down, but what they really meant was bring it up, because as always, in our head, things are way bigger than they are in reality. So,
oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, what was my accent? It was, hello, I'm Neville St. John, honey, Winthrop the Third. But you can call me, what was it? You can call me Neville. So I have that sort of crazy accent.
See, that's great.
I know, that was just a fun movie. Everybody go check out The Beast of Bottomless Lake. You can probably get it in DVD or something like that. It did run on a channel, and it did win a lot of awards. And I watch it for the credits.
Yes,
my name
was in the credits.
I was one of the producers, and actually Roger and I think were listed as craft services. Independent film, and we had to.
Oh, that was bring funny. Food.
Everyone does a bunch of different things. So I insisted that I was transportation and craft services. So I said that my nickname had to be Crafty. On the, even though I put some bread on a table, you know what I mean? Like I did nothing.
Yeah, he did nothing. Nothing.
Hey, I'm allowed to say that, not so much you.
No. Before we go on, we have maybe 10 minutes because we started late. I want everybody to check out your website, Engagement Unlimited.
Yeah.
.ca.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Is that what it is? I think it's .ca. I only type in the beginning of it now. It's .ca.
Yes, it is. EngagementUnlimited.ca. Check him out. You can hire him to come and speak at your event, have some fun, and do some play.
Cool.
Do you have, when you do your speaking engagements, do you have any exercises that you get the audience to do that maybe we could do or something like that?
Well, yes, I guess. I could think of some maybe in the next couple minutes. But what I do, so I have a couple talks. I have my first talk is the first one I created, which was called Pressure Cooker Confidence, and it's about how to be the biggest, best, most authentic version of yourself you can possibly be in situations of extreme stress where the most important things in your life happen. So for me, as an actor, it was walking into audition rooms over and over again where I wanted to do magnificent things, and it was really hard to do things like breathe. Like normal things, like breathe. I'm dying in there because I can't breathe. So my first talk is all about how to be the biggest, best version of yourself you can be while under stress. And my second talk, which is one I just made in the last couple months, is called The Power of Play. And in that one, what I do, Siobhan, is actually I start by saying a statement, which is I want to turn on its head your idea of play. So by the end of this hour, I want you to walk out of this room with the opposite attitude about play. And then what we do is we start to play games. So I do all of the learning in the talk is done through playing games. So we play pub trivia, for example, and we get people on teams. And then what I do is I give them the actual information that I want them to learn, and I ask it to them in a question as a team that they don't ever they don't know the answer, so they have to work together to not get the answer, because the fun, it doesn't matter if you get the answer. Fun is the answer, right? So
that's great.
So we play games all the way through it as I'm sort of teaching people how powerful play is. And then, in the room, I say, look at yourselves, look at your bodies. I do a lot of talking about bodies, right? So I say, look at your bodies. Compare yourself to the previous talk where you sat for an hour and listened to people, super smart people with really important things to say. Look at how your body reacted, and then look at your body now. Because people in the room, they're like a bubbling pot of water. People are shooting up and down and getting up and singing and dancing and answering questions. So I really believe it's all, when you say exercises, I really believe play is all about getting you involved. So if I were to, you guys talk for a second, I'm going to think about an exercise.
Okay, Donna is going to tell us where she is.
I'm going to show you where I'm at. Okay, Harry, how about I just do...
So everybody knows.
Can you see that?
Maybe people that only know Roger don't know anything about us. She's in a drive-through in Louisiana. She lives in Louisiana.
Oh, nice.
And she's at a Sonic drive-through.
Oh.
We don't have that. It's a drive-up. You know how A&W used to have in Canada?
They come out on skates, and I'm hoping that somebody zoom past me. I've been watching them, but I'm drinking a root beer float.
Nice. Root beer float. That's what we get on Christmas Eve. That's our family tradition.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
This is my favorite drink with my son-in-law. Makes me extremely happy when I drink root beer floats with my son-in-law. He's not here, but Ben, look.
Well, you guys, I think you and Roger and Donna were separated at birth.
Yeah.
You have a lot of similarities.
And our hair is very similar as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I think of play as when you talk about play, I think, and I'm looking at it differently. You've made a big attitude shift with me already on playing, because I look around me and I can find probably a game or something to do in everything that I'm looking at right now.
Right.
I'm really serious. I'm waiting for somebody like to come by so I can
Yep.
ask them if they want to play.
Yep. Well, Donna, it's so interesting you said that because that's my attitude going through life. My attitude is not, I've got 5 exercises and I do these to help me play. Instead, I have an attitude. And my attitude is very playful. And what I do is I go through life finding ways of just making things a game. Like I love games. So I like lots of things I do are just really basic games, like asking people a question rather than telling them and making the question more of a game, like fill in the blank. I think blah 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 about, and get people to, they'll be like, oh, well, I gotta, and they'll come up with an idea. That's playful. Like, that's playful. That means that your body's alive.
I love that.
Yeah, but one thing you can do, I learned this when I was down in Dallas talking just a couple weeks ago to a TED club, people who are going to be TED speakers, and I was talking about dancing and singing and dancing and how that's one thing that kids do nonstop and that adults stop doing, and that would be something that we all could do. People have music in their body, we all understand that. So, and someone told me that it's impossible to dance while you're in a bad mood or unhappy. So that if you start dancing, you're unhappy, it's like that Neil Diamond song, sung blue, right? Sung blue, everybody knows one. And the whole idea of the song is that by the end of the song, it doesn't matter how blue you are, by the end of the song, you're happy. So dancing is the same sort of thing. Dancing around, I believe this is getting your body moving. So, you want an exercise, move. Like if you're feeling not playful, get up. Move.
I think that's great.
I sit on an exercise ball when I do the show, so I'm always I'm always moving around.
I sit on a toilet when I'm doing the show.
Oh God, we're gonna have to cut that out.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
NBC might see it.
They might want it, right? And it's so funny because it is attitude. We always say the same, all boils down to attitude, and it all boils down to the magic words, self-awareness is, being aware of first and foremost yourself. Because you hit something on the head about me not bringing my husband in my playground. I love that because in my playground, I have my rules. It's the same thing that I do. I dance. I might be in the kitchen, baking or doing something, and he has no interest in that. So why would I pull him into my playground if I already know he's not, I have to be aware of, just like you said, catch a moment when he's doing something that I see a glimpse of playfulness and build on that. I think that is probably, I hope everyone hears that. Don't drag your mate, your spouse, your lover, your friend, whatever, in your playground when they're not ready.
Go visit their playground. Like
I think that's perfect.
Like you're the one who's able to play, so go visit and play.
That's so awesome.
And then the other thing as well is this. I believe the moment anyone shows any step in the right direction, the most minute, millimeter of a move, you need to lavish them with praise. Right? Okay. It needs to be like, you invited me over to your playground and we played for 5 minutes. My God, that was the best 5 minutes of the day for me.
Okay.
It was amazing having you step outside and do something that was uncomfortable for you so that you would do, whatever way you want to put it so that it works for you and that it's honest and authentic. Not that it's, there's no point in praising someone that's full of baloney, right? Like it needs to be honest. So praise, and we all respond to praise. We all like to be praised, right? So
we do.
Yeah. So that's a good combo, like a double, bang bang. I'm in your playground and I'm going to praise you for letting me in here.
Wow. Who ever thought there was a strategy to playing?
What happens when playfulness crosses the line and becomes sort of pushy, bullying, or nasty, or somebody kind of loses the reason for the playful attitude. It's no longer playful. It's some kind of competition.
Yeah, well, that's it. You described it perfectly. What happens is someone else goes into that energy and goes, I'm going to twist it and turn it. And then it's your job to twist it and turn it back. Like, you got to fight for play. You got to fight for everything, right? Like, you can't expect the world to walk around and go, play's important, therefore we're going to give it to you. you gotta grab it. Like you gotta
Right.
grab it and pull it into your life. I have spent my whole life around play, but like let's say I've spent like a career. I've spent 25 years as in a career that supposedly honors play but really doesn't. So my existence has been constantly reaffirming, restating, standing up in very difficult situations at times and say, this is important. It's important because it's important to me, because it's important to the world. Even though play is such a wonderful idea and what's such a wonderful energy, and when anyone gets involved in it, their energy is glorious. Even if that is the case, you still are going to need to fight for it because the world does not recognize and reward the natural, normal things that it should. Right? I mean, does it?
Right.
Most
No,
of the time
it does not.
Yeah. So we got to grab it. You know.
Everybody get out your Nerf guns and have some fun and get out and play this weekend. Try it and bring everybody in. No, go into their playgrounds first if they're all curmudgeon-y and stuff like that. So, Roger Haskett, engagementunlimited.ca. Everybody go check them out. I would love to be in the audience of...
Me too. Oh, my gosh.
Are you going to get to be a TED speaker? That would be so cool.
That's on my list. That's on my list. But you know the really cool thing about our audiences in Engagement Unlimited? Well, we often have audiences because we do things on stage, but we really don't believe in audiences. We believe that we believe in audiences. Let me rephrase that. I mean, you got to believe in audience. Like it's like I believe in them.
The ones that pay.
The ones that pay. I really believe in them.
You like them, right?
Yeah, but it's more like we believe that what happens in the audience is more important than what happens on the stage. So everything that we do is geared towards what's happening in the audience much more important than what's happening on stage, which is sort of the reverse of what most people on stage think. You know, I'm up here, I'm important, we're at a conference, everyone's paying attention to me because I'm on stage. The reality is we're trying to break that whole model and say what we want to do is we want to make meetings, conferences, events, playful energy anywhere. We want to make it about the people who are actually there, not about the people who are organizing it. So we really, really, really try to break down that's the audience and we're the ones having fun. Instead, the whole world, like the whole room that we're in, has fun. You know, and if it doesn't,
it's about getting eliciting emotion from them and getting response from them.
Yeah, like, and just involving them. Like, just literally, like, part of it is just, like, walking into the audience. When I'm on, so I get on stage, like, for pub trivia, I say something for, like, a minute and a half, and then I'm in the audience. And for the rest of the hour, I'm in the audience. And, like, I get up on stage or I stand up on a chair. Usually, if I need to be seen, I stand up on a chair. I go, excuse me, and I push someone off a chair, and I make it really fun, and I say, you stand there and hold my notes or whatever. And then I get up on his or her chair. Because way more important to be in the audience, making it about them than it is about getting back on the stage and making it about me.
Gosh, I love that. I wish I would have known you were in Dallas. I would have made a way to come and see you. You get back to the South, you let me know ahead of time. So
well, I'm going to be around the southern states way more, Donna, so I'll let you know. So we'll have a chance to meet in person. Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Good.
Oh, my gosh.
Donna, it is time to pull out of your parking spot at Sonic. And put the virtual red Corvette in park for the night. Roger Haskett, thank you so much. And it's so good to see you again.
Oh, good to see you.
Face to face.
Yes. And can I say your name the way I say it?
Yeah.
I've started it differently. It's Theo Bahan. That's what I'm not going to call you. Theo Bahan. Because, I mean, who has a crazy name like that? Like Irish, like we're you know, what's with the Irish Gaelic or something? Whatever that is. Like,
yeah.
Say it again, Roger.
That's Roger Hackett.
Yeah, Haskett.
So, Siobhan, we have a
Hatchet.
Hatchet. Yeah, that's in my back often. Get that hatchet out of my back.
Get that hatchet out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was drinking.
Oh, so that's where you get it from.
No, that's what she told me. She said we named you after a few drinks, before dinner.
Well, they should have named you Guinness then, maybe.
I like that. I want to change my name.
Guinness isn't so bad. Yeah.
It's actually
You guys, I'm so glad you invited me on here. Please invite me back sometime.
Oh, we will. We will.
Yeah. I'd love to. I'd love to come back.
All right. Siobhan, you have anything to add before I shut us down for the night?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, you know what?
No. MiraclePots.com is our new sponsor. They don't pay us any money, but you're going to hear about it show after show after show. I know. I just put on. I'm the social marketing manager for MediaPots.com, or not MediaPots, MiraclePots.com. See, I can't even say it, and I don't get paid a dime.
That's okay. It's okay. It's all about the titles. It's all about the titles.
It's a title. I know. I had to make it my own.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we're going to park it. It's been great. It's been real fun. They're kind of looking at me. They won't come over here. I beckon like 3 people to come, and they're looking at me like, hell no, we're not coming over there. So with that being said, I'm going to shut it down. Thank you so much, because I want to go and get in someone's playground. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go find somebody's playground to get into. I'm going to play fair. I'm going to play nice. And I'll see you all next time. In the meantime, everyone keep shifting. Look on the bright side, because there always is a bright side. Until we meet again, peace out.
Peace out.